days was for us. Hopefully you've enjoyed your time, and now we have the final game. It is Super Mario Sunshine All Blue Coins by Deathline. Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Deathline. I'm going to be running Super Mario Sunshine. And dude, thanks for the donations. I'm going to be doing all blue coins, which is a lot more fun than any percent. So let's just go ahead and get started. Timer will start on go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, now first thing, I got to lean out of cam and take out my memory card. Okay, so normally you don't start with memory card in, because when you have the memory card in, every time you get a blue coin or a shine spray, the game will ask you to save. So instead, we play without memory card, and then the game will yell at you, hey, you don't have a memory card in, you can't save, so we just have to mash through that text box. The reason why we start with memory card in is because if you don't do that, you can't save the game at any point by plugging in a memory card, because you never started with one. And this category in this route specifically that I'm going to be running, it takes advantage of save warping, where we can replug in the memory card at any point, save, and then reset the console, and then we can warp back to the entrance of the game. I'm also starting on file select. There are 3 main timings to the game. There's file select, or new file, peach file, or hacked file. File select is from the file select. Peach file, you would clear these airstrip cutscenes and then play from Peach. And then hacked file, you can use a memory card that has saves on it with these cutscene flags already marked as watched, and then you can still do the gameplay while skipping all the cutscenes. And it's about 5 minutes and 40 seconds worth of cutscenes that you would skip on hacked file, so it's pretty nice for doing a lot of resets and that fun stuff. But we're just gonna play simple from the start, watch all the cutscenes, and all that fun stuff. So airstrip is the beginning of the game. If you've never watched Super Mario Sunshine, you've never played it or whatever, the TLDR is Mario and company go on a vacation and things go horribly wrong, and then Mario has to clean all of it up. So here we're getting our trusty pal Flood, a flash liquidizer ultra dowsing device. And Flood is going to give us a lot of help throughout the game. You can then press the R button to hover in the air for a short time. There are 3 major versions you can play on, which are NTSC-U, NTSC-J, and PAL. NTSC-J stands for Japanese, NTSC-U is the English version, and then PAL is the European and otherwise worldwide version.
Instructions complete.
For the most part, you want to play on JP, then PAL, then English. The reason why is because JP has some slightly better loads than PAL and English. And then PAL, you can change the language settings in the game. And because of that, you can change it to Italian, which has the fastest text pattern possible to play the game. But I am playing on English. We got Flood. We need to get rid of this polluted piranha plant simply just by spraying the mouth 3 times. And I'm going to backflip to set up, so I'm right under the shine spray. If you ever watched SM64, kind of same thing. If you ground pound over the star and then shine spray in this game, you can get it a little bit faster. Alright, now we get 3 minutes of exposition. Blah blah blah, long thing. All of this is basically Mario gets wrongly framed and for something he didn't do, and he has to fix it. So that's fun. I like to call this the BS legal system of Isle Delfino, because it is not fair. This entire trial is rigged and completely not fair.
Fair Isle Delfino using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life.
Already.
Indeed,
I'm going to be doing a lot of talking
will
this
not
run.
be aware of what is going on. Though it is
I'll have to
daytime
ration
in
my water.
Delfino Plaza, our poor residents tremble beneath a veil of darkness. Expert shine
So
stars
what is all
have
blue coins?
determined that
There
this
are
darkness
240
has
blue
arisen
coins
because
in
all
Super
of
Mario
our
Sunshine
guardians,
for you
the
to
Shine
collect.
Sprites, have
There are
vanished from
30
their gathering spot
per
at the Shine Gate.
each level, and there are
Reason?
7 main
It's
levels,
quite
which
obvious.
then, if you do the math, are
This
like, hey,
horrible
that's only
graffiti
210.
is to blame.
The remaining
Behold
30,
the sketch
10
of
of
the
which are in the
perpetrator
final area of
based on
Corona
eyewitness
Mountain, and
descriptions.
20
The
are in
truth is
Delfino
obvious.
Plaza, which
The guilty
technically
party sits
19 are in
among
Delfino
us.
Plaza,
It
and one
is
is in
none other
Delfino
than Mario.
Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty
Otherwise, we're
as
just going to be
charged.
basically playing
I
any
hereby order
percent,
the
which is just
defendant
beat
to
the game
clean
as
this
fast as
entire
possible.
island.
In
Until
order to do
Island
that, you
Delfino
need to
is
defeat
completely
episode
free of this
7
vile
of every
handiwork.
level.
Mario shall not be allowed to leave.
So at the end of the run, we will be
Court
ending with
adjourned.
68 shines out of 120.
This appears to be quite a predicament, Mario. Data analysis verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution, but the pollution itself is not the
Not too
main
much to talk
problem.
about in this early section. You just kind of gotta,
Mario, you
we're
witnessed
just gonna
this
enjoy the
object at
lore
airstrip,
of the
correct?
game.
It is a shine sprite. Shine sprites are the
And
source of
sit
power
back.
on Isle Delfino. They used to gather in great numbers at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti
And enjoy
incident has polluted the
fun
island
part.
and most of the Shine sprites have fled. There is no longer any power to support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders. It is most pitiable. The only way to ensure
Probably
the
should have gotten more
return
water
of the
myself,
Shine
but
sprites
I'll
is
live.
to keep the island from becoming any dirtier. The perpetrator is likely at work even as we speak.
Hopefully it doesn't come through too much,
And you,
but
Mario,
with how my
are
mic's
being
set up
treated as a
and all
criminal.
that fun stuff, I would either have to have it really
Tomorrow we
close
must
or
do our
I can push it a
best
little
to
bit farther away,
resolve
but I
this
would need to kind of
situation.
yell into the mic since it's a little finicky with how it's set up. Because of that, I have to have it a little bit closer so I can just talk a little bit normally into it, but I do have my controller in my lap. So you might get to hear some GameCube controller clacking noises as we go along, which is just part of the experience, honestly. So yes, now we're finally done with this. We can move on with the game. Our first objective is to clean another polluted piranha plant and open up Bianca Hills. And we're going to be collecting our first blue coin while doing this. So this guy also takes 3 hits, and I'm going to set up a little bit farther away so I can get the final hit and come all the way over here to this jail cell. Nice, and I got the text box skip. So you can skip a few blue coin text boxes when you're in a cutscene like that where it's starting to load the next thing and you don't have control of Mario anymore. The game doesn't give you that that text box. Each text box is about like half a second or so it's not really that big of a deal, but they can add up over the run. Other ways you can do it is by grabbing a blue coin while you're in the Shine Sprite get animation, or collecting 2 blue coins at the same time, something like that. You're going to be seeing water sliding a lot. This is our main way of getting around, as it's the fastest way usually on land if we need to travel long distances. Here we're going to take down Shadow Mario and rescue Peach from getting kidnapped, and he's going to run back towards Bianca Hills. I'm going to clip into this fruit stand here to get underground, and there's a couple blue coins down here that I'm going to pick up early in these sewers. Another thing with the water sliding is you have a spray nozzle as your base nozzle, and then your secondary, which by default is the hover nozzle, which is what I'm on right now. You're going to be hearing me using the term hover spreading a lot, and what that is I'm on the hover nozzle and I very quickly tap R, so Mario uses Flood, and then I'm going to immediately press B, and hopefully I'm off the ground just enough so I can get into a dive animation, and that'll put me into a hover slide, which puts me up to full speed very quickly, as right here. So this is the first level of the game, Bianco Hills. Well known for its green rolling hills and very big windmill up at the top, which has Mr. PD Piranha. We're also be grabbing this end beauty here on the windmill. Normally you would have to ride this windmill up, but I'm gonna do a series of wall kicks here. I'm gonna call them wall kicks, and that allows me to just skip a little bit of waiting. So this is the introduction of Mr. PD Piranha, or Peter, as we like to call him. Peter is annoying. You fight him twice. This first time is very easy, but the second time he was RNG. There are a few RNG chokeholds in the game that you can lose a couple minutes on, depending on what happens, but should be fine. I will take some safety saves along the route because this game can just unexpectedly crash and soft block, so it is fairly rare for that to happen, but I will save at the point that it could happen. So normally PD would wait. He would like turn around and then start trying to throw up, and then you have to like run around him and then start spraying into him in his mouth so he can fill up with water. But if you stand next to him, that's not in front of him, he will just immediately turn you. There's a little bit of a limit that you can do. If you stood right in front of him after that, he would do like a head roll and throw Mario away. Next up is Bianco 3. This is the introduction to secret stages in the game. Secret stages are these little sub-areas that you do not have FLUDD for the first time around, so they're like an added difficulty. There's quite a few in the game. Don't know the amount off the top of my head, I would have to count, but they're usually, this one is definitely the easiest, or one of the easiest. Some of the higher advanced strats for the more difficult ones are absolutely bonkers, insanely hard, so we'll get to see some of those later. The first time you go into a secret level, you get this little cutscene where Shadow Mario in the void steals FLUDD, and then we have to do it without FLUDD, but we'll get them back once we're done with the shine. This game has a lot of freedom with its movement. You can triple jump, you can spin jump, jump dive, dive roll out, all this fun stuff. Basically everything that you could ever want except long jumping, but in replace of long jumping you have FLUDD. So it is pretty nice. Once we get 3 shines and we have Bianco Hills open, the game's like, hey, this is now free to do. We can now open Rico Harbor, which is the second level of the game. We're going to be opening it, but not going into it. We'll come back for it later. There are 5 polluted piranha in the game, and we defeat 4 of them. The one that we skip is in Bianco 1, which PD was in Bianco 2, which is like an intended skip the game if you do. I messed up. This guy now they start taking 2 cycles, so in the middle of the cycles, I'm gonna take that time to grab that blue coin. Then I'm gonna set up for a skip called Travel Skip here, and hopefully I hit it. Alright. Ooh, that was close. The role play spray, time spray, you can make your way back to Bianco Hills and enter the loading zone before the cutscene plays for the Rico Harbor hut coming out of the goop. And that's called Travel Skip, and that saves like 10 seconds. It's a nice little thing you can do. Bianco 4 is a very technical level. It's your first red coin mission. Just collect 8 red coins. Some of the red coin missions are timed, some aren't, and this one is not. Here, I'm going to try and dive onto the... a little too high, so I'm not able to do that another time, but that's okay. What I just did there, it's called a GWK as the base term. And more specifically, to technique application with a GWKH, which is a glitchy wall kick hover. So a glitchy wall kick, when you press the Y button on the controller, that puts Mario into Mario Cam or first person. But however, there's still a few frames where you can press the A button. So when we're up against the wall, we can press Y and A in rapid succession, and that'll get you a GWK, which is a glitchy wall kick. And when you're hovering cancels first person. So that's what that is. And another application is a GWKD, or a glitchy wall kick dive, where you press YAD. That's like a 2-frame window. So pretty tough in some applications, but very cool to do. Now we're gonna do Bianca 5, which is PD Piranha number 2, and this is the RNG chokehold. I'm gonna be collecting. Come on, points. I'm gonna be collecting a number of blues here. Hopefully alleviate some of this potential RNG time loss. Right here, this is a linked pair. Spray one end, the blue point is out the other end. A little bit like a challenge for the blue points. And they come in various shapes with the X's and O's and triangles. So far, I'm getting actually pretty not bad RNG for my first spot. Now he's over here on this side of the village, which is where a lot of the points I want to pick up during this fight are. Peter can also now potentially give me a tornado, which loses me 3 seconds if he decides to throw a tornado, which he's usually pretty likely to throw a tornado. A little bit low on water here. There's one more down. If I jump on this little Goomy guy here, I can get a water bottle, a small water bottle, and that'll fill half my tank. Over here, pick up some more blue coins. Trying to pick up some of these ones so I don't have to come back and pick them up later. There's going to be a lot of exiting levels and then revisiting them later in the run. If I'm not fast enough, PD will throw some projectiles at me and then fly to a different spot, which is why you want to be a bit careful with how you're doing this. But usually it's okay. And then once you're done with 3 hits, you're done. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this blue coin here. I'm usually just aiming for about 12, but since I'm over here, I might as well pick it up. So overall, not too bad of a PD Piranha. He can be pretty trolly sometimes, so there are 774 different possible patterns you can achieve. Of course, him going to some spots means he's guaranteed to go to other spots. So. Once you get 5 shines and you have Bianca Hills open, you can now open Gelato Beach, which is the 3rd level, which is over here in this lighthouse. So we're going to go ahead and come open this up and enter it for a shine. This is the last one of these guys who will be fighting. They kind of like get slightly progressively harder. With the airstrip one, you don't need to wait. You can just hold down the water. So you shoot them when you're like with their mouths closed. It gives like a stunned animation. The airstrip guy doesn't do that. But once you have Bianco, one does that. The Rika one, he has 2 cycles, and then this guy has 2 cycles, and he'll throw like a ring of boomies at you. There, I started doing a water slide away, and that gave Mario some momentum when they auto-spawned him at the designated location, so I'm a little bit closer to the end graffiti. So we're coming here for some blues, and we're going to be doing Gelato 8. Now, you can normally only progress through the game in chronological order, starting from episode 1 all the way through to 8. However, if you manage to get a Shine Sprite that is a later episode than the one you're currently in, it'll unlock all the previous ones from that point. Interesting movement. I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful. Oh, okay. I'm actually gonna bail on that guy for now and come back for. So I didn't want the Link pair to despawn. Okay, just. So ABC or all blue coins is very interesting because you have to go out of your way for some blue coins. Because a lot of gelato you don't do in 8%. You only do gelato 8, 7. So we're going to be collecting a few now here in gelato 8. Shine Sprite here in this can that we're going to pick up. Now I'm going to come back for this red Cataclash that has a blue coin. I'm gonna need both coconuts for this tree. I'm gonna take one and bring it over here to the base of this cabana so I can set up for GBS. And I'm gonna take another one because I need both of these because the other one is gonna be used to blend on top of the cabana into a blue coin. Now I'm going to be grabbing blue coin under the hut over here, or this section. And then we're going to be performing the Gelato Beach skip. This is a legendary skip that was found a number of years ago. Allows us to skip a ton of gelato, basically. It's very easy to do. You just have to set up your angles perfectly in line, and then you can hold it up on the coconut and you let go of it and you'll clip through. Just like that. If your angle is even like a smidgen off in degree, Mario won't clip through and the coconut will just fall off the roof. So we're going to come back to gelato later. We're now going to move on to the final level of the game in how the game usually wants you to progress, Pianta Village. Normally you would use the rock and all projector, but with a well-placed Y-turn, spin jump Y-turn, you can just wall jump off the front of the Shine Gate and then get into Pianta Village that way. Pianta 1, Chain Chompets Unchained. There's these 3 little Chain Chomps and they're on fire and they're all mad. So we need to douse them. And how to douse them is we need to put them in water. Which there's a nice little pool of water here in the center of the village. Because I'm playing on English, the damage done when I use the hover nozzle to spray them is different. On JP, you would actually use the hover nozzle to deal the damage here to make them cooled off. Got a little bit of bad RNG here with this guy going around the back, but that's okay. Just a couple of seconds. I'm mashing L here to L angle, which puts the camera towards the direction Mario is facing. That does it minutes to facilitate faster. Normally, when that text box comes up from Flood saying, remember to treat your pet kindly or whatever, you can pause to get rid of that text box and then unpause, and then the shine is based on that text box. But I was using that time to spray the little waterfall there to get that blue coin to pop out. So the gimmick with Pianta Village is that the odd number episodes are night-based, and then the even episodes are day-based. Episode 2 is Il Piantissimo. This is the last time you face him normally, but it's the first time we're seeing him. He's just an annoying little dude that challenges you to a race. And he's slow. So we're going to pick up a few blue coins along the way. For those of you that don't know, he's not a Pianta. This guy right here is not a Pianta. He's actually the running man from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. If you take off his mask, which is quite funny. I do have to be careful though, because I can easily fall off this tree, and if I don't touch the flag before Piantissimo does, and then I talk to him, Piantissimo just straight up murders you for losing. So you want to make sure to touch the flag and win, otherwise you take a death and have to redo this entire stage, which is very annoying. Next up is Piano 3. This is the only stage where you don't have Flood, but it's not considered a secret stage. Shadow Mario is just mean and just steals Fred from you for no reason, and then you get it back here a little bit later. You're intended to go under the stage and do a bunch of platforming. That's just completely unnecessary. We're going to damage boost across this lava goop here to get across. Using these wind spirits or wind up these. Just like so. And then there's a ton of blue coins that are only here in episode 3 that we need to come pick up. And then we'll pick up a few more along the way. Here, this Pianta's on fire, so we need to spray him to get rid of the fire, and then we can talk to the Pianta. Spray him to give us the flame. Nice, interesting movement there. Clean the mare, spray the moon, the blue coin. Just like so. Alright. Pianta 4 is just a pretty boring stage. It's just a giant chain chomp now instead of 3 small ones. We gotta take it to the back of the village and then put it in the bath. Once we get this shine done, we'll have 10 shine sprites, and once you have 10 shine sprites, nice bad RNG there. This is a micro RNG stage. You want him to go left or center. Left is the fastest, center is okay as well, but going to the right loses 2 seconds. Once we have 10 shine sprites and you have Bianco Hills, Rico Harbor, and Golden Beach open, Pinna Park will be available for you to access as well. And we're going to dip from County Village here and go to Pinna Park. We can manipulate this chain chomp to go away from Mario because that's what it wants to do, and then we can perform a chain skip here, like that, instead of having to pull the chain to drag the chain chomp into the pool back here, which is kind of nice. I'm going to be trying to attempt a skip here called Honey Skip, where if you die upon entering the cutscene that would normally play when you get too close to this this ship, it'll just skip the cutscene. Saves about 10 to 15 seconds if you do it correctly and quickly. That should work. Thankfully, this skip has gone in many iterations, and the current one is very consistent to do. So just like that, we skip the cutscene where normally Peach gets kidnapped again, and Shadow Mario sticks out his tongue at us, and then we have to go to Pinna Park here. This is everyone's favorite boss, Mecha Bowser. But if you remember playing this game when you were younger, there's some cutscenes attached to the shine, and those are long. It's 3 minutes of cutscenes. We don't like that, so we're going to skip these cutscenes. First, we're going to grab this bluebird here. for a blue coin. And then I'm going to actually exit because I don't want to play this anymore. I'm just kidding. Exiting area there, when you hit the loading zone for the cutscene, just entirely skips the cutscene. And these are the only 2 cutscenes you can do this on in the game. So doing these exit areas when the cutscene would play saves you about 3 minutes, which is a lot of time. It's very easy to do. Mecha Bowser needs 4 shots to defeat. I'm going to set up for a few shots here. But that first shot I just did was called the end shot. You use that for a Dark Musician, a runner from a long time ago who created that shot. And then you kind of grab some rockets and shoot at it again. There's a little bit of a faster trap that's more difficult, so I tend to not go for it. Exit area. And just like that, we're done. With Pinna 1. Now, here's another time sync RNG section that is only RNG when you're collecting blue coins. Pinna 2 is quite irritating because you need some bullet bills to shoot baskets to make them explode so you can grab the blue coin inside. And some baskets are in hard to reach locations, so you need the purple bullet bill, which is homing. It's completely random what you get out of the cannon roll that likes to shoot the bullet bills. So I can save a lot of time or I can lose a lot of time depending on how generous the game is here. But ideally I would like to get all of the 6 baskets on the beach. Of course you can do a little bit of manipulating and stuff. So don't explode. Here. Or just break that basket, that's fine too. Trying to set up in certain spots before the cannonball shoots, which can get me a nice. Don't explode, please. Come over here. Come chase me. Come chase me. Nice. Setting up in certain spots can result in consistent methods of entry to these baskets. Chase me, I can take them to the next one. They're kind of hard to control. Yeah. A little too far away. So these baskets can just get quite annoying if you're unlucky. Try and take this purple with me over here to this basket behind this wall. I could do a trick that would allow me to skip doing that, but it's a little precise, not too bad, but sometimes it's just more convenient to get a purple out over here in the open. So we have one more cycle, get this blue, and then we can get into the secret. Normally, the blue coin. You would have to throw some bomb-bombs or equivalent at this dude, but we can just jump into the loading zone. Since it's always active, even before you defeat the cannonball. Overall, that RNG wasn't great, but it could have been a lot worse, so pretty content with that overall. This is Pinna 2, a very easy secret stage, cycle-based. You can't really go any faster than the current cycle I'm on. You can do the first half faster, but it doesn't result in anything. So. Next up is Pinna 3, which is red coins of the boats, and this shine is annoying because the boats do not react very well to you. Plus, us picking up blue coins along the way is going to make this a bit more difficult. Into the park. We're going to immediately take a right-hand turn here and come over to the M graffiti on this orange wall. quickly so I can hopefully make the cycle. Okay. I want to make it so I can land on this boat and come up here because there's a blue coin up here and floating in the air. That's otherwise a little bit annoying to get if you don't get that cycle. Here I'm going to set up for another GWK8 just by simply pressing Y and A at the correct time and R to hover. Come on. And I'm going to take it nice and safe and just climb up the bottom half instead of trying to go on top and avoid the Koopas. So there's the 8th red coin, but before I collect the shine, I'm going to come over to the Ferris wheel and collect the linked pair over here. Since it's convenient to grab it now. Okay. That is that shine done. Okay, now I need to plug in my memory card because I'm going to save warp here out of Pinafore. Pinafore is the worst shine of the game by a long stretch because you need to defeat these turtles, and these turtles are very irritating and they do not work. I mean, they do work, but you need to be pretty consistent at them. 5 turtles, you can get a 1 cycle here if you're consistent with your setups, but the shine hates me and I hate the shine, so it's annoying. I hate it. Don't like it. Okay, I'm probably going to get a 2 cycle here. Okay, I could have saved that. I was assuming the cutscene was going to start here where these sunflowers are going to wake up. During that cutscene, Mario doesn't take damage, but I was a little too fast, so I got bonked by the turtle in midair. So I wasn't able to get a 1 cycle to save that. That's okay. It's about 10 seconds. So once I get the shine, I'm going to save, and then I'm going to reset the console so I can get back to the beginning of Delfino Plaza, which is our main hub area. Don't worry, this reset looks very risky, but it's very safe. It's a very large window. Game, normally you don't want to reset anything when you're saving, but this has a super huge window, so you're fine. Once I start the thing, I need to now lean over and take my memory card out because I don't want save prompts. Like this. Once you defeat Pinafore, you can unlock Yoshi, which is important for us. Spray Shadow Mario down, get Yoshi. He will always want a banana here, so that's why we get him near this tree. We're gonna open Serena Beach at a later level. There's a pineapple blocking it. We're gonna grab some blue coins here in the plaza with Yoshi since it's easier. These birds are very annoying, but Yoshi can eat most things in one shot. Like birds, so we don't have to bother spraying them down. There's also these yellowy orange stuff. That's what we call jelly, and jelly can only be destroyed by Yoshi's juice. You can skip these. That one I got over there you can get while you're doing honey skip. And this one you can clip into quite easily, but it's just a little bit more consistent with this route to get it with Yoshi. Now we're going to come back to Gelato. We need to do Gelato 7, but we also need to enter Gelato 6 and 4 because there's some blue coins in there that we can't get otherwise. 6 is the episode where Yoshi spawns, and we need Yoshi for 2 blue coins actually. So let's see. He wants papaya, which is nice. Papaya is the best one since you can throw it the furthest. He'll ask for any one of these 3 fruits on the stand right here, or coconut, which is very annoying since it's in that tree way the heck out there. Almost went into the water, but we're good. Let's break this. Blue coin launches way in the air. And now we're going to go on a blue coin adventure in Gelato. In episodes that we don't need to shine in, like this one, since it has nothing for any percent, I'm just going to exit area. And that's the best way to get around. We need Yoshi to spray those jelly here so we can get the blue coin here in this sand dune. And then Yoshi is also the only source in the game that can eat bees, which are evil little creatures in beehives. There we eat that Cataquack. You actually don't need to eat the Cataquack, you just need to wake him up and then bounce on him like the red Cataquack, but it's just faster since we already have Yoshi and we get these bees, so just eat them with Yoshi. Now we're done with Yoshi. We're gonna ditch him. Goodbye. We're gonna pick up this Turbo Nozzle, which is another nozzle in the game. Not great on land. It's actually better to water slide here on land. You get a higher top speed than you would if you used the Turbo Nozzle, but the Turbo Nozzle excels when you're in the water because you go super fast and swimming very slow otherwise. This blue coin can be quite irritating since it's a little bit difficult to get in this tree sometimes without the hover nozzle, but we're okay. There's 2 groups of fish here with blue coins, and then that one way the heck out there. And then we're gonna hover into them since the blue coin tends to run away when you get too close to it, and sometimes they can slip into the ground or go out of bounds, and it's no fun. So, done with that. We're going to re-enter, defeat Shadow Mario since we need to defeat every episode 7, and we're going to pick up 2 blues and the rocket nozzle so we can use that in episode 4, which has some exclusive blue coins in the sub area of the Sandbird. Up for the quick kill there. Sometimes you see me like mash the R. Like you see, like, you hear me mash the R button, and then you get, like a bunch of water comes out of flood. That's what we call a spam spray. It's like a mega blast. It's very good for dealing damage, a lot of damage quickly in concentrated amounts, and getting a lot of water out. There's a couple shines later in the run that we will be just mashing that for. So now, Gelato 4, the last Gelato shine we will see for the rest of the run. This is the annoying Sandbird. Thankfully, we don't actually have to do the Sandbird, but we do need the 4 blue coins that are inside the Sandbird sub-area. And we can do that quickly with the rocket nozzle, which is why I grabbed it in 7. We're going to grab some blue coins outside of the sub-area first.
Do we have a quick minute?
Go for it.
I have a $10 anonymous donation. Comment is, "Let's go, Jake." Thank you very much for your donation. We're almost done here. Please keep it coming. Thank you again.
Okay, getting trolled. Didn't quite get a buffered spin input, so that's okay. You can buffer inputs quite heavily in this game, and you can see that get dropped. The game is very persistent with being annoying with its inputs. Where's the bluebird? Where's the bluebird? I saw it. Where'd it go? Okay, he left. That's annoying. I need these 2 bluebirds, and they're RNG, and they're annoying, and they like to leave and troll. Come and get that while I can, and then hope the bluebird comes back. Nice. And now we can go into the sub area. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of rocket jumps here, and then I'm going to do a trick called rocket storage where you can store up your rockets to get a super jump. This trick is a little finicky, but I practiced it a lot, so I should be able to hit it first try. No problems. Should be okay here. Nice. So that saves a lot of time having to just wait for the sandbird to get way the heck over there. How that works is we go into sidestep by holding L, and we let go of that right when the rocket propulsion is about done, and that cancels Mario's animation of getting the rocket jump, but it still stores propulsion that the water sprite gave. So you can do those repeated ways to store up rocket jumps. Which is very cool. Now we're gonna do some annoying fruit ladies. If you want to plug stuff, this is a great time to plug stuff. Since this is very boring.
Sure. Mostly, I just want to thank you all for hanging out, for being here. We're almost at the end of Speed Stuff for Charity 8, and it's been quite a ride. Just to let you know, if you are interested in following us and maybe seeing more of what's coming in the future, we do have a Twitter account, hello. You can follow us on twitter.com/ss4cmarathon. You'll also be able to find our YouTube channel and Discord server, and you can see that in Twitch chat right now, or you can see it on our Twitter. Shortly after the marathon, we will be uploading the runs from the marathon, so if there's anything that you missed or you're curious to see, you'll be able to see that very soon. And beyond that, please stay tuned, keep watching, and if you're able to donate, that's awesome. If not, we appreciate you being here.
Right on. Kinda got trolled by the durians. You need to kick them across the water here, which is very annoying, but got it through, finally. Do Pineapple Lady here. They will request, the fruit ladies will request 3 of a specific type of fruit. So we're doing Pineapple Lady now, which you need to throw those into the basket, and then the Durian Lady over here, which durians in this game are annoying, and you have to kick them, you can't pick them up or anything, so with the usage of some setups, we can just kick them across the water and not have to worry about them falling in the water, because when fruit go in water in this game, they disappear. They go poof into stuff. Fortunately, durians are very annoying to handle. Now we're gonna go back to Pianta and finish up Pianta. Got the glitchy camera. Okay. And now, because I'm on English, I can't do a cool clip with Yoshi here in Pianta 5, where you can just clip through the village, but that's okay. So hopefully Yoshi does not want banana, which he wants pineapple. Okay. Banana's annoying because you can't really throw it that far. Even coconut is better on this stage. Come under the village and grab this M down here really quick. Sidestep off and then hover to grab. Now we want Yoshi because, oh my god, get off the wall. Now we want Yoshi because there's 2 sets of bees that we need to get rid of, and butterflies. Butterflies are another thing that can only be eaten by Yoshi for the blue coin. I got the glitchy throw there. If you throw with B, but if you mash B again, you can kind of get like a big throw. You can get another dive. You can get it like a dive input right after you throw it. Knock down the beehive, and then mash B, eat the bees. You want to try and hold a single line down, so you turn around, hold down or something, so Yoshi's going away from the bees and mash B, because when you start turning around stuff, the bees go in circles, and then Yoshi likes to be annoying and not trying to eat them, because they're moving all over the place. second set of these. So normally you also need Yoshi to open the jelly, the secret, but we can form a skip called Yoshi Skip, which is much faster than trying to get Yoshi down under the village. Grab this 2 point on the nose here, and now we're going to ditch Yoshi and go towards the secret and perform Yoshi Skip. There's 2 main methods to doing this. I do the very archaic way, which is hardly even a main method anymore, called Fast Hop. The safe way is called Lecture or Hop Entry. I just do Fast Hop because it looks cool. Now, if you played Sunshine, you would know this is the infamous "I'm a Chuckster" level, and it's very irritating. If I'm lucky, however, I will get a cycle, which is known as early cycle, and that skips like about 30 seconds of waiting for a Chuckster to walk around the final platform. Did not get it, unfortunately. So this dude, if you got rid of cycle, he'd be on this corner towards the shine. But now we just gotta kind of wait for him, and he can randomly stop at corners or the midsections. You can manipulate this to an extent, though, by bouncing on his head and having him yell at you, and that's called rat bounce. This manipulates his walk cycle to restart, and Chucksters are usually less likely to stop once they've already stopped. So here I'm going to set up facing away from the shine, and I'm going to mash Y and A. And by doing that, I get a reverse throw. And that saves having to line up with the shine, which is very annoying. It's very easy to accidentally not talk to the Chuckster at a correct angle, and then you just miss and you go into the void. So that's why we do that. Now we're going to do count 6, which is count as a need. We need to clean 10 Piantas. Very simple. All of the adult Piantas, 8 of them, have blue coins, and the 2 children do not. This is the #1 IL'd stage in the game. It's very competitive. If you're ever interested, I recommend trying to find some videos on the IL comp. There's an Average Trey video. Average Trey is a very good runner of this game. Multiple 80% and 120 were record holders. He made a video on this IL, on the IL of this stage, and it's been very competitive over the years. It's a very good watch. I recommend watching it if you're all interested at Sunshine. So once again, the 2 children do not have blue coins, so we don't care about them. I'm gonna grab 2 blue coins from the adults. What I am doing is holding R all the way down, and when you do that, Mario comes to a stop. From there, you can just do a backflip while spraying, which kind of gives you like also a stance spray at the same time. And then you just ground pound out of it, which is a nice way of getting a lot of water in a concentrated area quickly and without having to like fly all over the place. There, went for the early unlock, kind of got it. Male Piantas, for whatever reason, take much longer than female Piantas in their getting out of poop animation. That's why you want to try and get early unlocked as much as possible. Definitely less necessary with this category, because you need to pick up the blue point anyways, but in any percent, it's pretty necessary to save a couple seconds. Here's where you can do a blue coin double. I missed, so that's okay. Did I already talk to you? I did talk to you. I accidentally picked up your blue coin. You're supposed to talk to her and then pick up the blue coin once you're done with the stage. Mayor gives us another one. We're going to pick up that M while grabbing the shine so we can get a text box here. Pound 7, shut on Mario. I'm going to pick up one lone blue coin that's kind of just out of the way, since that's the only time we can really do it while it's looking quick. And then we're going to go into count to 8, because there is a count to 8 exclusive blue coin, which is a bluebird. I'm going to save once I get that blue coin, because the shine that we're going to do after that, I can potentially soft walk in, which would be very bad. Nice quick kill before the fence, and now let's go off on a journey to collect this blue coin that's way up here on this tree. I have died multiple times, so I'm going to be extra safe finding this tree. I'm going to plug in my memory card so I can save. What I'm going to be doing is pin a 5 skip or early Yoshi go round, where we go back into pin a 3 and then we do a series of things and it allows us to skip doing pin a 5 and we can skip into pin a 6. But there is a very small chance that I will soft walk if I don't do the skip right, but I'm just going to save just to be safe in case that happens. But I should be okay on performing the skip without soft walking. Climbing this tree is kind of a trick. Sometimes this bird is here and sometimes it isn't, which is kind of annoying. I like to just troll. Save and exit area. Now I'm going to pull up my memory card so I can redo this. Now we're going to go back to Pinna and finish up Pinna. Like I said, POIG. Along the way, we're going to grab this graffiti here on this wall. So now that we have Yoshi unlocked, because we did Pinna 4, in Pinna specifically, you can have them available in basically any shine outside in the beach area. There's these flying dudes called stews. We use them to create platforms, because when you spray enemies with Yoshi's juice, they turn into platforms, and different colors give different properties. So first, we're going to give Yoshi the fruit he wants, which is a pineapple. Really quick. Some blue coins while we do this. 2 shine sprites in the beach, and then there are 2 lone blue butterflies outside that we need to pick up as well. Come on. Now these stews get very annoying and will try and hit you while you're trying to pick up blues. So sometimes it's best to just spray some of the excess ones. We're going to take papaya with us. We're going to take a papaya with us. I want to. And then we're going to pick this durian and eat the durian and then almost eat the papaya, but we're actually going to dismount Yoshi before we fully eat that papaya. This is known as fruit storage, which you can't do on JP. Allows us to store the fruit. Nice. Ooh, I don't like that. I messed up. Like I said, I was going to. Got a little too stutter-steppy with my movement. Come on, I need you to notice me. Trying to pull these stews now without Yoshi can get kind of annoying. And very slow, unfortunately. Okay. Let's do that one more time. I'm getting very trolled right now. That doesn't happen. I accidentally got a spin spray when doing the ground pound. At this rate, it might be better to exit area and try again. That's really unfortunate that happened. Okay, not too bad of a regrab here. That's really unfortunate. This trick can be very annoying sometimes. It's usually not this bad. There we go. And then with purple, the platform crosses horizontally. So we can come over here to the Yoshi Go Round, which is loaded in, and this is where you would do Pinna 6 inside the park. And the reason why we did fruit storage is so we can eat a orange fruit, such as papaya or pineapple, because that's what we need to get into the secret. So a little bit unfortunate that that took me a really long time to get the skip, but I didn't soft walk, which is the important part. Just like that. Kind of a bummer. That's about 2 minutes, but that's okay. Now we're going to go back into Pinna 6, since there's a ton of... in Pinna 6, that's the only episode where Yoshi is also available inside the park. And we're going to need him to get a bunch of blues here, along with just some other blues that we need. Hopefully Yoshi does not want coconut here, since coconut is very slow to get, since it's not anywhere remotely close. Fiancés like to run in circles and be in my way. Here I'm going to try and be careful to not spray papaya, in case Yoshi wants papaya. But we're going to grab all these linked pairs here inside the park now that we did not pick up. We have the X and the triangle that we need to get. He wants pineapple, which is okay. Here I'm going to try and go for a linked pair double. You have just enough time to be able to do both of these and get them before the timer runs out. As long as your movement is okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this half now. Depending on what fruit I would get, normally I would either get it now or I would get it after I get Yoshi, but I'm going to get it now. Since it puts me right next to the pineapple. Here I'm going to come up here with Yoshi, and I'm going to try and set up hopefully so we can eat the bluebird if it's there. Which it was, but I pressed B a little too early. So now we gotta wait for him to fly all around and spray him down, which is not too bad. Here we have a set of stack and stews. Camera's annoying there. This also tends to lag out the game when you spray these guys. Grab that. I have a couple of M's back here at the back of the park. And then there is one last butterfly inside the park that we need to eat with Yoshi here. Play it safe and just get the text box. You can exit area and grab the blue coin, but if the risk with that is if you exit area and you miss, then you have to get back in. So. Now we're going to do Pinna 7, last section of Pinna, and then we're going to go into Rico, which we opened quite some time ago, for those of you that were here at the beginning of the run. Here in Pinna 7, we're going to pick up the last two remaining blue coins that we have not picked up from Pinna Park, which are under the staircase of the first red coin of the boats, and then in the green plant. Nice standard quick kill on the left side here. unfortunate movement. There's a lot of stuff you can bonk on. So kind of hard to navigate sometimes. Okay, now we're going to move on to Rico Harbor. Rico is a pretty cool level, one of my favorites in the game. Nothing's too bad. My least favorite level in this game is Pinna Park by far, because all the shines in the world just suck and they're not fun. And a lot can go wrong in every single one, as you clearly saw. We're going to pick up 10 blue coins here. There are 3 episode 1 exclusives in the form of some M's under some goop here, and then the yellow submarine is only available here in episode 1 as well. For you Beatles fans. Jump diving out of water is actually a little bit more finicky than it looks. I need to get to the surface while holding forward and then let go of forward ever so slightly so I can get a jump and then hit B. If you're holding forward while you hit A, Mario will just swim, and if you hold forward while you hit A and B, Mario will just swim and dive. So you have to let go of forward ever so slightly, but you still want some more forward momentum so you can actually get a jump dive out of the water. Rico 1 is the introduction to our good friend Blooper. Here we get a nice cutscene of him breaking out of these crates. They like reusing bosses in Sunshine. You fight Blooper 3 times, however we're only going to see him twice, both of which are here in Rico. I got the music cancel. Here we're going to set up really far away from this X. This link pair is the hardest link pair in the game, and the devs intended for you to have the turbo nozzle to get, but you actually you go faster on land, as I explained earlier, with the turbo nozzle, which is water sliding. Here's the another exclusive M. And now we're going to spray the other half of the link, the base of the tower. Having a little bit of buffer with my movement issues, but this other half takes forever to respawn, so you got some time. And we're done with Rico 1. Okay. Up next we have Rico 2, Blooper Surfing Savari. You can do this shine entirely blooperless. However, we're going to be using the blooper to do the entry into the sub area because there's some blues over the water that we need to pick up, and one of them is episode 2 exclusive. So I opt to pick up both of them here. Some runners opt to get the non-exclusive one in episode 6, as we also use bloopers in that shine as well. We also just take this opportunity to come over here to this boat house and pick up both of these M's that are right next to each other. Now, I'm not very good at doing the blooperless race inside of the sub area, but I will do my best just to show it off because it's a very cool strat that you usually wouldn't think would be possible during casual play. I got Y swords here. If you hover too fast out of doing a GWK, you will store the Y input, unfortunately. So here, we need to come over here to this corner. That sets the first checkpoint of the race. And then we need to come over here to right about here, somewhere along this wall, to hit the second checkpoint. And just like that, you can do this easily. It's very cool. I'm not that great at this strat, since it's just a little bit finicky and a lot of very technical, but very cool strat nonetheless. I'm going to plug in my memory card here for Rico 3, not because Rico 4 is hard or anything. I mean, it is a difficult secret that can easily take some lives, but because there is a very, very rare chance that the game will crash upon selecting Rico 4. So I'm just safety saving here out of Rico 3 in case the game wants to be mean and crash. I've only ever crashed on Rico 4 on a startup once in my life, and that was in tournament. Earlier this year, and I've played this game speedrunning wise for over 7 years. So I'm just saving to be safe in case the game wants to crash and be rude. But yeah, Rico 3, normally the game wants to go to from the top, but with a well-placed spin jump, you can easily just go under and be fine. I hope so. Safety saves just to be marathon protected. See, it loaded just fine. We're going to pick up some blues here before we get into the secret. You saw in Rico 3, I kind of dodged this blue on the screen. We're going to pick it up now. I'm gonna pick up the rocket nozzle, please. Thank you. Can't see what I'm doing. Grab this. In the cage that we were just in for the 3, there's now a blooper in here that contains a jump grenade. Blooper clipped through the grenade. That was cool. There, I was trying to buffer a side flip, however, the game was not that kind. I cannot believe I made that, but didn't have quite the angle that I needed. Wind Spirit clipped me there, unfortunately, but grab that blue coin and then we just enter the secret. And the secret is very picky, and you need to hit your dive rollouts very quickly and very uniform in order to make the best cycles. I dropped an input. So I wanted another dive there, but the game ate my input, which is very annoying, and that's something you just can't avoid playing this game. You will drop inputs constantly because the game is bad. But did it correctly the second time without dropping any inputs. That's the blue cycle that you want to aim for. So, unfortunate 30-second death, but it's okay. Rico 5 is just blooper again, and it's kind of boring, so now is a good time to plug anything, if there's anything to plug.
Sure. Just want to let you know that if you are just joining in, we are raising money for a league. Lead is a fantastic organization, and we've been raising money for them all Labor Day weekend. If you'd like to know more about them, you can head to their website, which is rentingefforts.com. But specifically, I wanted to mention that although they are around and are working to prevent underage drinking and drugs and other kind of risky youth behavior, they do also have a expert help hotline. It's really cool, actually, because it's only used to be specifically focused mental health crisis hotline in the U.S. It's totally anonymous. It's available 24/7, and it's actually staffed by licensed mental health counselors. If you want to find more out about that, go to linkingefforts.com/tech-for-help-app.
Right on. Yep, that was blooper 2. Kind of boring. He's a little bit harder this time, but it's very negligible. Rico 6. Red coins above the water on a blooper. This is where people would get that other blue coin that I got in Rico 2 that I had to jump really high for. I don't like getting it in Rico 6 just because it kind of distracts me from trying to get the red coins. But it is a little bit faster to do it in Rico 6 than it is in 2. There's two... I don't know what I'm doing. Two main ways of doing this. Normally, you can do it the way I'm doing it, or you would grab that first point and then immediately divert to the right, and then do the route how the game intended you to do it all the way around. We're doing it backwards. So you do it and that way, nice and takes 2 seconds, but it's a little bit harder. Because you have to jump for a red right next to the yellow submarine without bonking on the yellow submarine. Green, yellow, and purple. Green goes the slowest, purple goes the fastest, but harder to control, while green is good, easy to control, and yellow's in the middle. Streamer. Why do you not use purple? It's fastest. If you hold up on the control stick, the bloopers all go at the same top speed. So, best to just use the green blooper with the best control. It's okay if you actually land on the yellow blooper as well, since it's not that much harder. Rico 7, Shadow Mario. Simply just walk forward and spray and you'll be fine. We're going to pick up 2 spiders in the boat. One of these spiders is hanging horizontally from the top, and the other thing then vertically. The one that we're going to get first is very annoying. It has like pixels. A ground poundable space to actually get to the hitbox. Hopefully I get it first try. Nope. 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 Pretty finicky. Another great thing about this game is when you're hanging from grates like that, the controls are swapped based on whether you're doing it vertically or horizontally. There, when I was hanging on that grate that goes vertical, you press B to go through the grates. When you're hanging from like a ceiling grate that is flat, you press A to go through grates. And it's kind of annoying that they just swapped the controls for seemingly no apparent reason. Here we're going to come into Rico 8, pick up some blue coins, one of which is Yoshi required. We're going to come into the sewer though, and we're going to bonk our head before coming out of the sewer. And doing this puts Mario in a state called Sewer Glitch, which puts this active hitbox on him for some reason. And we can use that to kill the spiders or the clampers, which you would normally need to use Yoshi to eat. But that's slow, so we don't want to walk over there with Yoshi. Now, doing Sewer Glitch puts us in a state, or doing that and getting Sewer Glitch that hitbox also affects durians. So we can't actually kick this durian, otherwise it'll go super far away. With second cycle though, this routine is RNG dependent. So we need to spray Yoshi to be safe. And we just need Yoshi to eat these butterflies. So we can pick up those. Here's a blue coin in the fish. And there's a couple of M's out here. And graffitis by the shine spray that I need to pick up. There, you heard the sound effects, so that tells me I got it. Now we're done with Rico. We're gonna go, quote-unquote, finish out Bianco by doing Bianco 6 and 7. There are some blue coins in 8 that we will need, but we're gonna get them at the end of the run. But we're just gonna finish up Bianco in terms of opening Corona status. First off, we're gonna open, or pick up the half of the link pair here in Delfino Plaza. Bianco 6 is another secret, and this one's very long. Not too hard, though, thankfully, but it is very long, so dying can definitely cost you a ton of time here, unfortunately. And we're going to pick up a couple of blue coins along the way. Here, I'm gonna jump dive around the surface, because that'll move the spider here over to a favorable spot. And these spiders, if you remember from episode 2, they act like trampolines out of water. So we can use that to quickly get back up here. And then this blue coin here is roaming. It'll move based on what episodes you're in. So thankfully in episode 6, it's actually right in front of the secret entrance. So we can just swim right to it and then swim to the entrance here. Oh, now I'm off cycle. That's unfortunate. Here I'm going to spin jump at an angle, and that'll allow me to hit that wall as a wall kickable surface, because if my angle is too far like parallel to the wall, I won't be able to wall kick off of it. I'll just go flying past of it. So fortunately I'm off cycle, so that means I need to be slow here and do a backup route. That's okay. Bianco 7, just shot a Mario. Nothing too fancy. No blue coins to grab here. It's a straight shine. In and out. Very quick. There are definitely a number of quick kills you can do to get rid of Shadow Mario very quickly. Where you would like roll out, cancel, and then spam spray as you're rolling out, cancel, and then it would do a ton of damage. But I'm not good at that, so I just do the standard run up to him and spray him down. And it usually works pretty well. So if you remember way back earlier, we opened Sorna Beach here, that little pipe with those giant pineapple on it. We're going to go in that next. That is the second to last world that we will be entering. But before that, we need to come over here and pick up bananas, because Banana Lady is up next. favorite level is Noki Day. So yeah, we need 3 bananas, or 3 bunches of bananas. One of them I threw kind of right on top of her, or right under her model, which picking up stuff and talking to NPCs is the same button, so I kind of have to like do this dive at her to be able to pick up the banana that's under her. I kind of got scammed there, don't know what that was all about. Pick up the blue, and then we can just quickly enter in. So, Serena 1 and Serena 6 are the episodes that we're going to be spam spraying a lot, which is just a ton of controller clacking. So, look forward to that. Serena 1 is the Manta, the Phantom Manta. The reference to The Shining. But first we gotta mash through this. All this text here. Okay. So we're gonna spray this dude down to the second phase, which he will turn pinkish purple, and then he'll start foaming in on us. And then we're gonna go pick up a blue coin while he's doing that. I'm gonna come over here to this hut to manipulate Manta to go away from me, and then I'm gonna start spraying it. 2 main strats, Manta, either with the hut or hutless. Hutless is a little bit better, but with the hut, you can generally get pretty good results as well. And just like that, I've already turned them into the second phase. So that was a really good first phase. I'm gonna come over here, way the heck out here, and grab this blue that's in the ocean. It's kind of lonesome out here. It's not very nice to pick up in any level or any episode, so we just do that now. So we can kind of group up the rest of the Mantas that we've broken down on the beach. I'm gonna go into first person and stare at the sun here. Normally Mario would be facing the hotel, but by staring first person, we turn Mario around when we spawn back in after the hotel pops out of the ground. It saves about half a second of turning around, which is very nice. Trying to drink water. Stay hydrated, everyone. So, Serena 2 and 3, we don't pick up any blues. It's just a secret and then a pretty fast level. Serena is one of the harder levels in the game, and also the longer. Most shines are averaging about a minute 20 or so, minute and a half. And then you have Manta in episode 5, which are like 3-minute shines, which is annoying. Okay, my movement, all of that was just kind of bad. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna go for just a safe entry here. The pink throws are annoying, but if I do a spin jump while just holding the R button down, I can spray them and then I won't bonk or take damage off them. And then we're in the secret. Turn 2, one of the longer secrets, and I would say probably in the middle to upper difficulty in terms of speedrun level. Nothing too hard once you finally got it pat down, but it's just very long, so any drop inputs or something like that can definitely ruin your day. Here I'm going to go for a momentum spin jump off this cog. Hopefully I can get it. Nice. So when you dive and roll out along a slope, Mario will get a ton of momentum and he'll be running really fast. And when you spin jump, when you're in that momentum state, you go a lot farther than you normally would. just doing a regular spin jump. So we call those momentum spin jumps, and they're very applicable in certain secrets and Delfino movement. Episode 3, Mysterious Hotel Delfino. Normally, you would need Yoshi. He wants a pineapple, and there's no pineapples in the fruit stand on the lobby. So you have to go through the whole hotel exploring and whatnot. So you can eat some booze in the attic that are blocking your way to the shine that's in the pool on the 3rd floor. But this Pianta is like, you can't go in because you're not wearing proper swimwear, you loser. So instead of all that, when I can actually do some movement, getting kind of trolled here, we're just gonna flip in. Just like that. When you throw fruits in this game, it displaces Mario. It pushes him back. So we can use that to our advantage here in Serena, and we can set our back against the wall and then throw the fruit and then just clip through the wall at the top of our jump, or of our backflip rather. So, very convenient. Episode 4 is another secret, so kind of almost back-to-back secrets. The secret of Casino Delfino. Now, this shine casually sucks because you don't know that you can actually just clip through the flipping panels. What you first have to do is do 2 sets of slots on either side of the casino. One is individual slots, and then one is like all 3 slots at the same time. Have to get those all 777s. And then you unlock the curtain, which then shows you a flipping panel, and you have to flip the panels over to make a picture of a shine sprite. However, water and that panel do not work very well together. It's very finicky and very annoying. So thankfully, you can just grab the top of the railing there and then just clip over and not have to deal with that nonsense. And then Serena 4 is very, very simple. As long as you make the first dive roll out around that entry block and then get around it, you can make the cycle. And the cycle is very easy. You can do a momentum spin jump off this block, but I'm choosing not to since it's a little risky. Not necessary to save, just like 2 to 3 seconds. Next up is Serena 5. This is another RNG time sink, and it's very awful. King Boo. This dude's more of a troll than PD is in PD2 or Bianca 5. You need to hit him with a pepper and then a fruit, and you need to do that 3 times. So you need 3 fruit cycles, and then you take a mandatory non-fruit cycle in between every good fruit cycle, or after every fruit cycle. However, he can give you extra cycles, which just lose 7 seconds per extra cycle, and you can't do anything about it. So you just kind of hope and pray. And then I'm going to pick up 2 blue coins here in the casino before I enter. This one right here, this end is episode 5 exclusive. And then we come over here to this slot. So this shrine is very boring. It kind of sucks. So if there's any donations or anything you want to say, now would be the time.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any donations, but as you guys probably know, we are still going on for a little bit longer. If you guys would like to donate to you can check out the merchandising in Twitch chat. Even if it's just $1, every little bit helps and all of it's appreciated. So, thank you very much if you do, and if not, please enjoy the rest of the run.
Got a fruit cycle first try, which is nice. If you don't get a fruit cycle the first one, it's an extra, you can cancel it. You hit the purple tile to stop the roulette from spinning. And then you can also just run under King Boo. You can run under King Boo to cancel. cycle. So once he spits the stuff out, you can cancel it. Getting kind of trolled by the roulette. The things didn't go the way I wanted to, so that's unfortunate. Fruit cycles, he tends to spit stuff out wherever he feels like it, so sometimes he's getting get trolled by bad peppers. You only get 2 peppers per fruit cycle, and sometimes one of them will go under him, and then if you dare venture under him, you might accidentally cancel the fruit cycle. So you want to just kind of hope and pray that he does not be rude with how he spits the fruit out. Nice. Okay, so I only got 1 extra, which is about average, I would say. And then durians, if they're in front of you, you can just hover into them and then kick them into his mouth. So I will take 1 extra. That's not too bad. Again, about average. Sometimes you'll be a bit more lucky and get 2 to 3, maybe 4, but any more than, I would say, 3 is very bad. King Boo. To my knowledge, my personal worst is about 9 or so. But I've heard numbers as absurd as 17 before. Here we have Serena 6. This is the only shine in the game where it's best to play on English. Because on JP, the game is much more strict and requires you to clean 99% of the beach instead of the 95 or so that are required on English and PAL. And then on PAL, the tech actually here is longer. The dude talks more. On English, you only have 2 tech boxes to start. So you're gonna see me be kind of sloppy with my spam sprays, and that's because I can afford to be sloppy with some of it. We're gonna pick up 2 sets of Nokis. Along the way. And there you saw quite a bit left over. JP, you would need to clean more than I did. There's also, unfortunately, it's a texture and a hitbox thing, where the texture can not line up with the hitbox, and then you can clean the texture on top, but there will be little pixels of hitbox left over, and we call that invisible goop, and then sometimes you're required to clean that on JP if you get kind of unlucky. So if you've been counting, you'd be like, hey, you haven't got a lot of blue coins here in Serena. We are going to be collecting 21 blue coins here in Serena 7. Since it's just convenient for us to now run around the hotel. Quite a few outside that we need to pick up. This M over here. There's a lot of Serena 7 and 8 only M's. So that's part of why we wait till now. And then there's also some linked pairs that you don't get until this late in the world. That Mario is very easy to take down though. Here we're going to spray this triangle from pretty far away. We need to go up to the 2nd floor. The game needs to be kind of nice to us without dropping our inputs. Because dropping inputs and then like having to go through between floors is kind of annoying. Like this X, for instance, I need to be sure I hit the spin jump off the totem. Break through this glass table. And then we're going to go into the attics. There's a boo over here that normally you need to eat with Yoshi, but with a well-placed ground pound, you can clip it and take it out. You do have to be careful, though, to not hit it when it goes out of bounds, because then that would spawn the blue coin out of bounds, and then you would be SOL on grabbing that blue, and you would need to re-enter the level, which would be unfortunate. Bonking everywhere, not required. This bookcase right here that I'm about to spray is the worst thing in the world. Very, very finicky with how it wants to be sprayed in order to pop out that blue coin. But overall, not too bad of a furnace item. Now we're going to move on to our final main world of the game, Noki Bay. This unlocks once you have 20 shines and you've opened up Pinna Park. There'll be a beam of light here, and then you need to stare into the sun to access the level. Noki 1 is one of the most technical levels in the game to be able to make the fastest cycle for. I usually make the standard cycle, that is one cycle slower than the fastest cycle. Or as I aim to make that cycle. Very nice. Same deal. This time you can't. I mean, you could run over and sideflip to him, but there's no loading zone there, so it wouldn't take him out. So we just need to throw the bombs at him to get rid of the cannonball here. And that uncorks the waterfall. So next is Noki 2, and this is where you would fight Luther for the third and final time, but we're just going to go ahead and skip that and clip through under him, because the shine is always there in Noki 2. You don't need to defeat the boss to spawn the shine, so we can just clip out of bounds into the shine room. This is one of my favorite levels for movement, just because it's pretty technical as well, and it's pretty fun to do, in my opinion. Take the spring, same idea with the banana. Put it up against the wall and throw it, and flip out of bounds. I'm gonna hover for safety there. You don't need to hover. We're gonna spray these vases, and hopefully, when it decides to work, we will be getting some good points. Nice. Next up is Noki 3, which is the only level shine in the game that you cannot collect blue coins in, because it immediately puts you in a sub area to get the shine. So I'm going to plug in my memory card so I can safety save after Noki 3, because I'm going to be performing a clip in Noki 4 that has potential to soft lock. So the whole story of Noki is that the bay has been polluted, so we had to uncork the waterfall, and that wasn't it. And we quote-unquote defeated Blooper, which was causing some pollution, but that wasn't it. So the old man here is like, I figured it out, you have to go to the ocean floor, but you can't do that immediately, I gotta train you. So go collect some coins in a bottle so you can be trained. He slaps you on with a fish bowl on your head and calls it good, and that allows you to breathe underwater longer, but also just collecting coins underwater fills your meter. So a technique there performed is when you land in underwater, if you're holding the stick, it'll keep your momentum from how fast you were going. But if you let go of the stick and go neutral on it when you land, it kills all momentum. And from there, I can just immediately hover again out of that little cubby. This clip is very cool in Noki 4. I like doing it. Hopefully I can do it right. It allows me to skip some swimming, and I can enter the entrance to the boss from below the water, which is very cool. Okay, a little low, but that's okay. So we have to avoid this annoying fish while picking up that blue, and I'm going to cover up the wall here. Nice, perfect. So that was a lot. I'm going to pick up some blue coins here in the arena before we fight the eel, which is the boss. But what I did was I clipped out of bounds, and that zipped me down towards the floor, because it doesn't like that you're out of bounds there. But I hovered back in. When you do that at certain water levels, it thinks you're on the surface of the water again. And then from there, I can hover up the side of the pipe that is the entrance to the boss. And when certain slopes, when you're underwater like that, it gives you a lot of momentum because the gravity is different, because it doesn't expect you to be walking on these slopes. So we can do a momentum spin jump, and then immediately start holding back, because if you have too much momentum when you're doing a spin jump, you'll bonk off a wall. We start holding back immediately, and then we can just wall kick into the loading zone for this area. So this is eel. I'm going to do this nice and safe with a standard 5-tooth eel. The fastest way nowadays is to do a 6-tooth eel, but I'll just play it safe with 5 teeth. You need to clean the teeth of eel mouth here. The center teeth don't go away, but once you clean one of the outside teeth, it'll pop out and eel gets mad at you. And also, if you get too low in its mouth, it'll try and chomp you like such. And because of that, we can manipulate the eel to start spinning after a chomp. And normally when you clean a tooth on the outside, it'll immediately go back down into the ground and either wait or spin at you, which is slow. So by doing this manip, we can just repeatedly clean teeth quickly. Here, I'm going to set up, take damage when I clean the last tooth. When you're taking damage frames, it kind of skips. It doesn't really, we call it cutscene skip here, because normally when you clean the last tooth, it plays a cutscene of like the eel spitting out the gold tooth and then giving you that little heart and then the shine spawning and then you're like kind of up in the air. But when you take damage, it skips that check for the cutscene, so you can just immediately float down to where the shine would be. That saves about 15 seconds, which is pretty cool. Noki Bay 5, or Noki 5, got Piantissimo again. This is the second time you normally race against him. The first time is in Gelato, but we skipped that. Yep. It's Piantissimo. Kind of boring. Gonna pick up a ton of blue coins once we beat him in the race. Watch this Lucas bonk even though it loses me time, because it's funny to watch him bonk. Interesting tidbit though is if you defeat Countissimo and you replay the shine, he gets faster and faster each time, comparatively to your personal best time. There was a little too low, that's unfortunate sometimes. To the point where it gets like almost inhumanly possible to defeat him, I believe. So yeah, now we're gonna explore some of Noki's ruins. Collect a ton of blue coins. Do a spin jump here and accidentally wall slide, but I can save it. Go back up the chute so I can collect some more blue coins that are in kind of an inopportune spot. You saw a bird there, that's a gold bird. It's one of the hidden shines in Noki Bay. Each world has 8 episodes, 2 hidden shines, and a 100 coin shine for a total of 11 level shines. Those shines are more important in different categories like 79 shines, 96, 120. But for any percent in all those coins, we just need the required shines of episodes 1 through 7, or just actually 7, really. And then all the coins you need to put in. Dive at the wrong angle, that's fine. Take a little bit long. Next up is one of the most infamous secrets in the entire game. This is Noki 6. This is usually widely regarded as the hardest secret in the game. Because it's very long, very vertical, it's cycle-based. It's just, and there's a lot of inputs that you need to press perfectly in order to hit it. So, before we get to the secret though, we need to pick up 14 blues, which is the remainder of the blues in Noki Bay. But the secret is definitely one of the most toughest things you can do in this game. More tough things. Let's scale the wall here. You come over here to this section. You get these 2 blues. You also elect to get these in Noki 1. Okay, getting kind of cool with the camera right now. Let's set up so I can play the wall here. You can elect to get these in Noki 1 on your way up, or here in 6. While you're grabbing all the other blues. We're gonna come way over here to this side of the cliff because we need the rocket nozzle. There's 2 blues over here. Nice side flip, nice side flip. You need to be careful with this cubby blue here, because if you walk too far in, there's a punching bag that will, or a punching glove that will knock you out of the hole and way towards the bottom. So that's no fun. Now we need to get in that hole, this hole over here. I'm going to do this setup where I dive off the cliff, kind of, and then just hold upright, and that'll get me into this little pocket with turbo. And then I'm going to come down here. Do this like this. If you go from side to side, there is a small chance you can crash on English. So best to try and avoid going side to side if you can. Now we're going to do the link. This O is annoying because there's a slope here. It's just kind of hard to get up without the hover. Then it puts you in instant slide animation. And then there's some water, blue coins above the water here that we're gonna pick up. Let's spin jump out of water for the style points. gonna come back over here so I can pick up the hover nozzle. This just makes this section of my life a little bit easier. So kind of required for a blue coin coming up. Not this one. We come all the way over here to this little cubby, and then we can conveniently hover, oop, a little close there, hover to the shell as the entrance to the secret. And the secret is very long and very hard. Hopefully I can do well. Unfortunately, got owned by the game, having really big hitboxes on the pegs there. I was nowhere near that, and it still decided to give me a bonk, so that's unfortunate. There, the game, I got a frame perfect jump dive where it didn't register my control stick direction quite yet, because I immediately jump dived after landing. Unfortunately, kind of a rough Noki 6, which is to be expected usually, but honestly not too bad to do this correctly the first time. It's just the game likes to troll a lot. Only 33 more blues to go. Coming up on the end of the run here. We're going to do Noki 7. And this is the final episode 7 of the game, which will then unlock Corona Mountain. We're not quite done yet. Gotta go collect some more blues. You want to get the quick kill here, especially Noki, because otherwise he climbs up these rooms and then it's nice time loss. If you sidestep into the shine here on the quick kill spot, you can clip under into the water, and because you never landed on land after picking up a shine sprite, the game just puts you in a state of never being able to pick up the shine sprite again for the rest of that time you're in the episode. Once you're done, you get this cutscene. The plaza is flooded, and Corona Mountain is open. We're just going to go in Corona Mountain and pick up the 10 blue coins that are in there. Before beating the game. So, Corona Mountain is a nice length section of spike platforms that are almost instant kill and fire. I dropped the jump input. That's nice. Thank you, game. Stop trolling me, please. I'd like to finish. Fire platforms that will burn you. Oh, God. So the first blue coin is here on this platform, and the strings attached. Very easy to reach. The remaining 9 are floating above the lava. It's actually just retextured water, or excuse me, magma. For that volcano. They're sitting above the retextured water that is magma, and you need to use the boat to get there. I could do speedboat strats, but I'm just going to take it nice and safe to get there. Speedboat strats here save like anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds, depending on how fast you go for it. So I need to pick up a number of these outside ones. When you hover into a blue coin, it cancels your hover. However, if you hover into a blue coin and then plug in your memory card, you can still retain your hover. So we're going to take advantage of that on one of these blue coins. Otherwise, all the other closer blue coins we can just pick up by getting them without hovering before we pick them up and hover after the fact. Please give me the blue. Or I can get trolled by depth perception and die at the end. That's fine. I can pick up that blue without the boat. It's a little bit annoying. Gotta wait for the cycle here. What is my brain doing? This is what happens. You start playing this game late. Okay. Need to focus. Start trying to play on autopilot. And playing while talking is also kind of hard. That's what I wanted to do. Now I can do speedboat at least towards the end. Zip on right past all of this. Okay. Okay. Got trolled by the game there again. It put me on the opposite side of the spire. I wanted to land on the spire there because it puts Mario into a slide animation for the off, but if Mario's back to the camera like that, you can start hovering again after you slide off. But unfortunately, the game decided to put me on the opposite side of the spire, which from there I got put into a butt slide, and you can't hover out of a butt slide. Okay. Rough Corona. But now that we're done dying a million times, we can pick up these ones and then form that memory card strat. And you do that all just to save like 5 seconds. Alright. Fine. Now that we're done with that, once you've opened Corona and gone into it and exited area, you can access the Delfino airstrip. We're going to pick up 10 coins, conveniently located right there in the sewers, and come to the airstrip because we need this one blue coin that's out here. You also don't need to deal with Shadow Mario and chasing him down to unlock the Turbo Nozzle or the Rocket Nozzle, because once you do open Corona, it just automatically gives them to you. Event cutscenes, which are those little cutscenes that you saw me mashing through for most of the game. Those are like 3-second cutscenes. once you've opened and gone into Corona, those are all gone as well. So now we come back to Bianco 8, and we're going to go on a spree, collecting a ton of blue coins here. Yoshi wants papaya, so do remember that. But we're going to keep collecting 19 blues here. Here I'm going to attempt a rocket rollout. If you roll out while you're holding or throwing up a rocket and you hold the A button down while you're doing that, you can get these rocket rollouts for nice little tricks. Get some distance. Come on, spider. Okay. Spider's kind of trolling me. I need the spider so I can jump out of the water here to get a super jump and then rocket up to this blue. I'm going to rocket storage here. Very slowly. And land right on that pokey. And then I'm going to do some more rocket rollouts. Kind of in the wrong direction, but that's fine. I just need to get over back to land here so I can find the fruit that Yoshi wants, which is this papaya. Hopefully I don't get destroyed by bees or seedy pods. Okay. If I get hit there, the fruit goes flying. So this level is quite annoying to try and pick up fruit in. Nice back up there with the GWK, so I don't go into the water. Chuck the papaya, hit Yoshi. Nice. Yoshi is a very inconvenient spot here in Bianco. I wish he was over here towards the village, so that's the very start. So you have to do this slow walk now with Yoshi. I'm gonna come over here to this column or pillar and clean off this guy. So do the blue. There is one set of bees over here that we need to get rid of. These little blue guys are seedy pods. Once you get too close to them, they'll start chucking seeds at you. And they're annoying, so you want to try and stay away from them at all times. Not too bad of bees. Come up to this tree and spray it. Get a blue coin, land on this platform, and spin jump, and that'll give us just enough height to land up on this wall. We can spray the M. Come down here, spray this guy in between the walls. This guy roams around Bianco Hills based on the episode you're in, and then he is right here conveniently. This is where I would get that M on the wall if I didn't earlier. Now I'm looking for a blue butterfly way the heck over here. And then I'm going to ditch Yoshi. You want to ditch Yoshi facing away from the wall and towards the cliffs, because if you're unlucky, you can get a crack in your screen. That's like the best way to call it, like a crack, when Yoshi despawns. And then if you spray the crack, your game can crash. And for whatever reason, this most commonly happens when Yoshi despawns facing the wall. So we just ditch him towards the cliff. I need to come up here with the rocket and spray down this blue bird. And then get the remaining blue coins. Up here, and then the last one is over there. I'm going to do a rocket rollout to that. Or fall off and miss. And we'll just take it safe and just do this. And that's all of Bianco. Now we just need to collect 4 more blue coins here in Delfino Plaza, trade in, all of our 240 blue coins, and then defeat Bowser, and we are done. We're gonna grab the turbo nozzle here, and come out over here, since there is a blue coin hidden behind a gate that you need to hit at high speed with the turbo nozzle. You can clip into this gate with a series of glitches, but much faster to just wait till you get the turbo and speed over there. Once we're back on land, we want to water slide a little bit faster than the turbo. Gonna finish up this linked pair. And then there is just one more sewer blue, and then a fruit lady out on this island over here. And she wants coconuts, which conveniently, coconuts grow on a tree on her island. When you're using the turbo down here in the sewers, you don't really bonk. So that's kind of a nice thing. As I bonk when I let go of the turbo. If you're lucky, you can like snipe these coconuts into the basket, but that requires some major skill. So instead, it's best to just bring them down and then either throw them in at an appropriate length, or just climb up on the basket and drop it in. And this is our 240 Goops coin. That is all blue coins in the game. Let's spin jump out of water here for max distance and go and come to these tanukis, or raccoons. These cheating raccoons that like to steal the shine sprites that would help Delfino Plaza come back to its glory. And 67, perfect. So now we just need to get our last shine by defeating Bowser. So back to Corona. If the game wants to give me a hover slide. There we go. Okay, overall this run was not too bad. Had some major mistakes. EYG and Corona, to name a few. But this category is definitely one of the better categories, in my opinion, of Super Mario Sunshine, alongside 120 Shine. They're just the most fun to play. I like picking up the blue coins. I also like not dropping my inputs. Should be okay here. You can join the Super Mario Sunshine Discord. You can find that on speedrun.com/SMS. There's a ton of guides to help you get into speedrunning this game if you're interested. Anyone can pick up this game. It's available on 3D All-Stars as well if you own that. Here we're going to do rocket storage. Skip these clouds. I didn't get quite the full momentum. Thankfully, I ledge grabbed the cloud there, so I fall all the way back down.
The water's great, hey, Junior?
Yep. And then this is where they're chilling, having a bath. This is definitely one of the worst bosses in 3D Mario history. It is unbelievably easy, so it is also unbelievably jank. So,
Mario! How dare you
start my family vacation? Roar. Yeah. We need to just rocket and ground pound these 5 platforms at a... once you ground pound from a high enough height, you get like a super ground pound, which is defined by red outline over Mario's butt. This is the troll part, which is the bathwater. It's RNG every time you hit a platform, so sometimes it can pop up and at you as you're trying to get across. As I've gotten it 2 for 2 now, which is very unlucky. I want to hit the top right of every platform, except for this one right now, right here, where I hit the top left. Then I can just hold upright on the stick and Mario will come around perfectly. And get ready on time. Time. GG. And that is Super Mario Sunshine, all blue coins. I got a 213.46, which looks like what I got on stream too. Nice. Good timing. Yeah, that's my run. That's the marathon. Mario falls down, Peach falls down. Flood dies here. It's very tragic. Very sad. But don't worry, he comes back during the credits. But yeah, thanks everyone so much for watching. And we are now done with Sweet Stuff for Charity 8. We just got a few closing words, and we're gonna head off for the weekend. So please stay tuned for the closing